are still very happy that they came out here. Some of these are diehard professional eclipse chasers, and hopefully they will go away from this experience feeling something.
Yeah, Emily, you mentioned a little earlier about the farmer is moving rural China, being sort of plunged into pitch darkness and they're probably being terrified if you had no idea what was taking place. Tell us about some of the ancient Chinese superstitions involving the solar eclipse.
Well, actually, Anna, in ancient China, eclipses were feared. They were very mystifying, very terrifying, as you said. People took them as bad omens, perhaps harbingers of disease, harbingers of natural disasters. Emperors took them as a chance to review their policies. In some cases, they decided to treat the poor better, lower taxes. In fact, one of the more specific legends is that the dragon is eating the sun, and what people would do is they would come out and they would make noise to scare the dragon away and rescue the sun. I have no idea right now what people in rural China are thinking, but I can imagine that some of them who don't have any idea what the astronomical explanation is for this are very perplexed right now. I can tell you that the Chinese government has done its best to try to educate people about what's going on. I'll take you to some of these street lights that are lit up along the street here. The Chinese government has turned those on for the entire 3-hour duration of the eclipse. They are determined to have no accidents. You can imagine the city being plunged into darkness is very upsetting and disturbing for drivers. On Shanghai streets themselves, police are out in force. Construction has been suspended. So the Chinese government is taking a lot of precautions to make sure that there aren't any accidents during this, what is supposed to be one of the grandest spectacles of nature. Okay, and we should remind totality is over. And I'm being told that totality is over, and we're actually starting to see the sun. We're actually starting to see the sky come back to life here. And I imagine it's actually going to happen quite quickly. It got dark very quickly. It will probably become light very quickly. Essentially what is happening, the sun is moving away from behind the moon. The sun is essentially rising again over Yongsan Island. And there goes the sky getting brighter and brighter. We still can't see the eclipse itself. Actually, Anna, we are seeing the sun peeking out from the clouds. And right now, it is almost totally covered because the sun is just emerging from behind the moon. But we can see a sliver of it. So we are seeing a sliver of the longest total eclipse of the 21st century just after totality. This is obviously very exciting because we missed a good deal of it.
Yeah, exciting indeed. We get to live it vicariously through you, Emily. That's fantastic. How are you feeling?
And I have to say, it's amazing. It's hard not to get swept up in the atmosphere. We wanted to see this eclipse just as much as everybody else did. And to even catch a few glimpses of it, I would say, is very special. And yes, I did have my glasses on. Actually, the most dangerous part for your eyes is right after totality, when the sun starts to reemerge. People are tempted to stare directly at it because it is still quite dark. However, the sun's rays are just as damaging at this lower level as they are in the middle of the day when the sun is brightly shining. And during darkness, your pupils actually dilate. Let's go back up to the side. During darkness, your pupils actually dilate, leaving your retina more vulnerable to sun damage. And there we can see the sun continuing to emerge from behind the moon after totality here on Yongsan Island. We're hearing a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd. Everyone has their cameras, their telescopes, trained